We are told to be successful in business, you have to be cutthroat, you have to be ruthless. But there is another side to that story. A person with a true heart of service, with kindness overflowing, can be an incredible success in entrepreneurship.
My name is Mustafa, and I'm from Turkey. I grew, birth and grow up in Turkey, and from my childhood, I'm very interested with computer and gaming and coding stuff. And in university, I complete my bachelor in visual communication design. And after university, I start to run a advertising agency, not exactly advertising agency, but a digital marketing agency, we can call that. And after like 8-9 years later, I started to found Radar because in that agency we needed a tool like Radar, and we check a lot of platforms, softwares like Radar, but we didn't satisfy that, and that is why we start to develop on our own platform, on our own software. And after a while, we figure out that it's making very easy to our workflow, and we thought that we can, if we can take benefits of that, maybe other people need this. That is why we start to focus only on Radar.
Yeah, okay. So you were doing digital marketing beforehand, and Radar was a tool that you developed in your agency to improve it, and it improved your work so much that there was an opportunity for you to go full-time onto Radar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the short journey.
Perfect. So this sounds like a pivot, a very big pivot.
What do you mean?
So in your business, and you're doing digital agency, but then you saw how this tool, for whatever your skill set and the expertise you have around you and the resources you had, that it was more beneficial for you to pivot over to doing now a software, a SaaS, as opposed to a marketing agency. So that's, it was a pivot in your business direction for sure, right?
Exactly. And right now I have nothing doing in that digital marketing agency. Only I focused on Radar.
Yeah, okay. So that sounds like it's a pretty big decision to have made. Did you feel it at that time to make that decision, that it was a big decision for you, or did you make it really easy and did you have clarity or?
It wasn't an easy decision, but I'm always trying to learn new things, new stuffs. And in that agency, I start to feel like I'm always doing same job. And that is why I started to get a little bit frustrated. And that is why the Radar journey was started to be more charming for me, because it's a new challenge, and I really like to run after new challenges.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm still happy with that decision so far.
Yeah, cool. How long ago was this decision that you made to make that pivot into developing Radar?
It's almost official. We make it official like 10 months ago, 10 or 11 months ago. But the Radar journey was started like 3 years ago. But we made it official 10, 11 months ago.
Yeah, okay. So what for you is the biggest kind of joy that you get out of developing a product or a service or a business offering and putting it out to market? What's something that drives you to do this? Whether there was the digital marketing before and now the SaaS Radar, what is the motivation behind these? Is there something consistent that has consistently motivated you throughout these projects?
Yeah, it's a good question. One motivation is rather is more suitable to learn new stuff like new technologies, new business models, and other things. And the second motivation, I guess, in the digital marketing agency, you are working with a client and you are solving their problem, and you are just solving one company problem. But in the radar, you are able to solve a lot of people problem, and this is more satisfaction. This is feel like more satisfied because you do something and you solve 100 or 1000 or 10,000 people problem.
Yeah, so
It's
it's just like
yeah.
the leveraging. Like it seems like you're leveraging more that the amount of problems you feel that you're solving with going in Radar, your progression in project is that you're being able to solve more problems for less, basically. Like for the same amount, you only got 24 hours in the day, and I guess that's the common problem with all of us. No matter how talented we are, we all got 24 hours in a day. So is it that the amount of value you can feel that you can give out in that 24 hours is more with Radar?
Yeah, exactly. And also, one more motivation was that in that time in the digital agency, you are not sitting in the driver's seat because you have some clients and they are driving your company. But in Radar, you have more control. You have more. You are making your own plans. Of course, you have still customers and you are getting feedbacks, but you can organize that feedbacks, and it feel like you can see more easily to progress. But in that digital marketing agency, it's hard to see that progress because always clients drive the process.
Yeah, this can be very much focused on your systems and your tools, right? And because it's all the uniformity that you get the advantage of this of having SaaS now. So
Exactly.
was there Radar is a global tool, like you have users across the globe, and you're based in Turkey. I saw on your website Delaware, the company's registered in Delaware in the United States. So international business experience, do you have any of this before, or did you have to seek out expertise to be able to pull all this together? Also English being something, Turkish, I'm interested in that international journey.
Yeah, actually, we have a company in the US, and we call that our headquarter and financial things on US, but our R&D and most of the team in Turkey, and I'm also in Turkey, and this is first time. Yeah, we before that we contribute some international projects, but we didn't run any international business. This is my first experience, but right now the most of the team is Turkish, and we mostly based in Turkey, and that is why it's so early to talk about this issue because we have international customers, but our team actually in Turkey.
Ah, okay, cool. And so yeah, as you're growing, do you work remotely as it is now, or is your team in the same town, like same area?
We are working remotely. We have a lot of people, my colleagues, from different town in Turkey. We born remote. I mean, rather born in remote because of pandemic, and we really like to working remote. And I think my team also is very happy being working remotely, and it looks like we will go remotely.
Yeah, so then I guess the skills that you'll learn, have you had to manage remotely like this before? Like you were managing clients, I imagine, remotely in digital marketing, but have you ever needed to manage a remote team before Radar?
No, this is my first experience, but I'm really happy right now. In the beginning, I'm a little bit afraid, and I couldn't imagine how it will go. But right now, I feel very happy with being a remote, and also I feel my team feel very happy, and we really still really productive. And if I have to honest, we are more productive than office right now.
Yeah, okay. So what was your main reservation to in going remote at the beginning where you were really kind of forced into it, right? Pandemic, and there wasn't
Yeah.
much other choice, was there?
Yeah, it's because of pandemic. Pandemic pushed us to work remotely. Yeah, I can say that. But right now, I still, if I start a new company, I guess I built on again remotely.
Yeah, okay. So what was the biggest setback at the beginning in your mind that you had to that you overcame and now see the light in remote work? What's that biggest shift in now your knowledge and experience that was holding you back then, do you think? Like that would make the decision so much easier now for you.
Yeah, everything. Because when we are working on digital agency, there's a lot of file transfer and also need a lot of collaboration, need a lot of meeting, etc., etc. And I couldn't imagine how we handle all these in Radar. But right now, our all file system is on cloud, and all our development workflow on cloud, and also we are using Discord, and we are working like all we are in the same office because we are using Discord.
Yeah. Do you feel this is a really new way of doing business, or is it like, cause for me, it feels like this is a new wave of a lot of people doing business this way. Is it just me, or has this been going on for decades now? Or
My personal opinion, I guess big companies will turn the offices after the pandemic, but these new experience will help a lot of startups. Like they don't feel like we need an office. We have to have an office, and I think this experience will help morely startups, and they feel okay, we will work remotely, and we will be successful. They will feel more confident about this.
yeah. So if you were talking with a friend about his company or her company that were going about to go remote as well, what's one bit of advice that you would give to anyone making that transition over to remote work or setting up a starting remote workforce?
Sorry, I couldn't understand your question.
Yeah, if you were to give advice to someone who was about to take that leap into remote
Okay.
management, what would be one bit of advice that you could pass on to them?
First thing, finding the right communication tool, because it can be Slack or it can be Discord or other thing. And second thing, set up a cool and good cloud storage platform. It can be Google Drive or other thing. And one more thing, for example, for us, for our team, we are coming together in once in a month. We are going to dinner and getting each other to more closely. And you can start with remotely, and you can go with remotely, but don't underestimate the relation between your teammates.
Yeah,
And you should find a way to make that relation more strongly between your teammates.
yeah, cool. So how big is your
It
team now at the moment?
depends on yeah. Sorry.
How big is your team now?
The core team is 9 people, and we also have some outsources like editors and translators and some consulting people. The core team is 9 people, including me.
Yeah, okay. And in the foundation of it, was it your co-founder or sole founder?
I'm unfortunately I'm solo founder.
Yeah, unfortunately. So
Yeah, because sometimes, it's starting a new business. There's a lot of issues, and for small teams, you should consider all that issues as a founder. And sometimes I feel maybe someone as a co-founder can be more easy. Yeah, sometimes I say that.
yeah, okay. So do you feel yourself to be someone who loves the order and the process side, or loves to kind of getting into something, and then once it's kind of set up, you like to move on, or what? I guess you can get these people that would split managers and entrepreneurs and say that they're fundamentally there's different roles in being a manager and there is to being an
Are
entrepreneur.
you
What's your
asking
take?
about our way of?
For you personally, do you see there as being a divide between an entrepreneur and being a manager? Are they one and the same? Do you feel there's difference?
Not sure I correctly understand your question, but maybe I can try to answer. I feel like I'm not a founder of something. I feel like more leader of my team, and I'm always trying to work with them, not saying them do something or done it, something like that. Yeah, I always try to work with one of them, with my team, and I try to manage my time like separate days. For example, on one day I spend my time with marketing department, marketing guys, and next day I spending my time with customer success department and then developers. I'm trying to work like this.
Yeah, okay. So you're finding that then you're getting like into a fortnightly, like couple week flow where you're able to go through and kind of speak with everyone then in your team and keep your finger on the pulse.
Yeah, we are trying to work like agile methodology, and we are using Kanban methodology, and we are running our sprints like weekly. And it means in every week I meet everyone in my team, like marketing guys, developer guys, and customer success team guys. Did I get question rightly?
Yeah, so that you touched on a different aspect that I was interested in anyway. So that's thank you for highlighting that and how you manage those work relationships between the different departments, as well as having
Okay.
that communal dinner that you said once a month. I was interested in the terminology of when people are talking, they say like, a founder or an entrepreneur is maybe more creative, maybe doesn't like the administration kind of side necessarily, and then you've got like a manager kind of personality, and the manager personality is someone who likes more of the administration, whereas the entrepreneur is more creative, and you get that kind of narrative getting played a lot. Do you believe there's different roles in that? Like we're just touching on what we were talking about before, co-founder and being a sole founder. You're all in
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I think I understand your question this time rightly. For me, I'm coming from technical backgrounds, and that is why I always enjoy with technical issues. But I took this role. I'm a founder of Radar right now, and Radar needs a lot of things, and I'm responsible to done all that things. If some of them I like, but some of them I don't like, but that's the job. I have to done that, and I have to done that with trying to my best, because radar needs that. I'm trying to see like this. Sometimes I feel like I don't like dealing with financial things, like preparing reports and other things. But after a while, I saying myself, this is job, and I have to do that with trying my best.
Yeah. And so it's the more that you're doing all these different jobs, you're building up a really good foundation on where you can fit in. And I guess your ability then to lead by example. Would you agree with the quotes that saying a leader is first and foremost a servant?
Exactly. I'm seeing myself as a servant. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I guess, is it difficult to make the move over to have like I mean, it's a bit of a different mind thing to be an employee and being task focused, and to be then a leader which is being project focused and having to assimilate the different tasks put in. Some people going through that transition or making that step, are very much still stuck in working in their business and not being able to step outside and work on their business. Could you give any advice to anyone who's maybe a bit too much working on, like, in their business instead of
Yeah.
on the business?
We found a solution for that in Radar, and that solution is listening our customers. We really listen our customers, and we really regularly meet them, like via Zoom, and we always try to get feedbacks from them, and we try to understand their needs, and their feedback and their needs show the way to us. I believe this, and so far we follow this recipe.
Yeah, so that is a really customer focused methodology, right? That the customer is you're in this constant kind of two-way relationship with your customers, that they're feeding input to you and you're feeding input to them. So as long as you're kind of both strong on each other, you've got a successful business. So you really for the philosophy of customer driven business, provide value, find your perfect avatar.
Yeah, exactly. And we call that client centering or user centering. And also we try to closely follow our market and our competitors, and also the platforms like social media platforms. And all these three parameters, I believe that they are showing the way, which way we should walk. Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. And that keeps you then focused with it, by having a really clear parameters that you're looking for in the data. It kind of takes some
Yeah,
emotion out of it more.
yeah, exactly. And in additional, I'm always trying to meet other founders. Like every week, I meet another SaaS company founder, and I'm chatting with them, and I'm asking about what you are doing and what is work, what is not work, and with this, I'm trying to keep myself more open-minded and keep my vision more widely.
Yeah, I guess that's a real risk that a lot of business founders or managers can come up with, is being very fixated on what they imagine their company to be at the cost of what the users are actually getting from their company, right? Like some of the historically, just a little tweak here or there could have satisfied users. Instead, companies have been so fixed on that this is who they are, unwilling to make that move. So you're saying that you're looking at a few different points to be able to pivot more easily, that you yourself try to be more open. It sounds like for Radar to really even be global, first and foremost, you have to let it go as being the first step, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So I believe that companies, to be able to be leaders in their field, would have to be open to information as it comes in. It means not taking the market personally, And so have you had to work on any kind of your own personal development over the years to not take life so harshly or personally, and to be a little bit more open and in your mindset?
Okay, if I understand your question right, my answer is I'm always approach the issues what I can learn from something from here, or this can be journey, this can be a person, or this can be a story, and I'm always trying to what I can learn from here. And this search always drive you to learn something in a bad way or in a good way. And sometimes because sometimes you can learn something from some story, you shouldn't do that, and sometimes you learn something you should do. And I'm always trying to approach issues, people I met, and I always try to like approach like this, what I can learn from here. And also this is a kind of game for me, because when I feel learn something new, I feel more happy. And yeah, I think I'm only trying to this.
Yeah, okay. Is this what you were doing in school as well, or is this something you developed in your early adulthood? Like, when did this come about? This kind of game mentality?
Yeah, I think it's okay. The game mentality coming from my childhood, because I'm very interested with computer games and other stuff. But the other things, I guess, coming from the my bachelor education. I mean, the what I learned in my university years, because I our department was like a multidisciplinary department. For example, one day we are learning about video editing, and next day we are learning about coding stuff. That is why I really like to be multidisciplinary. I'm not so expert on any issue, any subject, but I really like to have some ideas about a lot of subjects.
Yeah, beautiful. Learning a disciplinarian, not being so focused on. Do you see that as being a really high value trait in a leader, to be able to not get so focused into one area because you might then miss the connections between all the other areas or something like that?
Yeah, I think as all issues, choosing a path always have some advantages and disadvantages. And yeah, I'm happy with this approach and this way to go, but it's more suitable for my personality, because I don't like to be focused on just one thing and to be expert on that issue. And instead of that, I really like to do something one day, focus on something, and next day I skip the another issue, because as I mentioned, I really like to learn new things.
Yeah. You're kind of ticking the box in my mind of what, the people are saying is definitely more entrepreneurial kind of spirit. Do you feel that once Radar is set up and is on a good foundation, or even before, if you sell before, do you feel this is just another part of your business, entrepreneurial, community leadership journey in your life? Do you feel that Radar is just one thing for now, or is this something that is your pet puppy that you feel you're going to bed with?
It's very early to talk about that, but for now, radar will be like one thing for next 10 years in my life.
Why technology for you is something that you feel that ethical marketers should be interested in and should be getting on board?
What I think from my perspective, I really like to do something, and I really like to do something and solving some people problems with that. This is really satisfying me, and as I mentioned, and I think technology doing this. Of course, this is a new area, not so new. It's getting old right now, but we will learn. It will evolve, and it will be more ethical, and it will be more respectful to data privacy, also environment issues. But right now we are in the middle of the transaction, and when we complete this, I think technology will help to a lot of people in every aspect. I believe this. Sorry.
That technology is a passion for you because it's something that can help solve a lot of people's
Yeah.
problems, that is going to be around for the future, that you see being there for the rest of your lifetime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. But it's not technology. For example, if you do, you make the people get more easily from one point to another point, and this is also important. I think all our duties make our others' life more easy, and technology is a good tool to make it more easy for other people.
Do you hold something to be true that other people might not agree with? What's something that you agree, you believe is true, that your colleagues or people in your community or that you've met around would disagree with you? Do you have something like that in your life, that you're the odd one out?
Yeah, always. It's always happens, and I'm first. I'm trying to convince them, and I'm trying to believe in that. I'm starting from there to explaining my idea before. I'm starting to make some samples, giving some samples and giving some examples. Then I'm explaining my idea. When you follow this way, people get more involved that idea, and you see the let's say resistance from other people. But it's always because you are a person, I am a person, we have different backgrounds and we have different experiences. It's really hard to have same idea on the same issue.
Is there a challenge in your life that stands out as being something that when you completed it, you really, like, it was you had to give yourself a big pat on the back? What's one?
Yeah, there is no one big success in my life. Yeah, because I'm a simple person, but I feel that feeling after every completed project. After every completed project, I went to bed and I feel, yeah, I done my job, and I done it with my best, and I went to sleep very easily like a baby. I feel that feeling after every completed project. There is no one big achievement or success.
So it sounds like you're saying you're really enjoying the journey of life.
Yeah, exactly. This is like making music, and music never stops. Yeah.
Yeah, analogy for so much. So growing up, did you have a role model or a TV shows or video games that you're particularly drawn to, or that you would that you still like to be associated with? Is there something that's grown up with you?
Yeah, I have a lot of role models, but yeah, I also a lot of I'm fan of a lot of TV series, and yeah, because as I mentioned, I'm always trying to what I can learn from here, and when you approach that, everything is like a Wikipedia for you. But one person is really important for me. Is his name is John Cage. It's kind of music philosopher from yeah 30 years ago or 40 years ago, and because he has really unique approach, and like he always try to hack the perceive of issues. That guy is really a role model for me, as I can.
How do you see yourself in this world?
I understand, but it's really hard to question answer for me because it's really philosophical question.
Yeah.
But I wish to people think about me. Wow, what a humble man and trying to do his best, something like that.